Hi, everybody. Welcome, everyone coming into the chat. Welcome, everybody coming into the chat. I hope you guys are having a good day. Okay, I hope you guys are having a good day. So welcome those of you that are new and those of you that are returning. Welcome back. All right, so let's make sure all of the cards are in the upright. So we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're asking that the archangels, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, the extraterrestrials, and all of our starseed and light worker family and soul tribe connections come through. And we ask that Archangel Michael and Jesus Christ, please put a shield of protection around us, just sheltering this platform, sheltering the energies on this platform, and blocking out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me, and knowledge to me and my collective. And I pray for all of my subscribers, So now as I call upon your personal favor, Most High, please continue to bless and cleanse me of any witchcraft, evil eyes, and negativity. And please continue to do that also for my collective. And I just want to say thank you, God, for everything that you do for us. And thank you for all the blessings that you have given us. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad to see you guys. So by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. That means if you feel like something really resonates in any of the areas that like a professional you would need to go to, like let's say I talk about law, if you really feel like this message is for you, then make sure you follow up with a lawyer. That's just kind of being responsible. And of course, before making any changes to your life with your health, make sure you talk with your doctor, because again, a doctor is going to know a lot more than what I know. And like I was certified medical assistant, but I'm not a medical assistant now. I don't work in that field. But I know a little bit about the medical field, but I don't know enough like to be anybody's physician or anything like that. So just make sure that if I say something and if you feel like it resonates, that you are following up with a professional in the field of whatever advice you feel resonates. If that makes sense. I know lawyers are just there's actually this one YouTube channel called Hampton Law. If you guys want to know how to use your rights as like an American, I would suggest watching this video. It basically tells you how to handle any type of situation that you could come across with the police. And then it also gives you like real life court examples of people that went through something similar or something the same, and then how they handled it or how they didn't handle it. Like, it's just very informative. Again, I think that lawyer's doing anybody that's an American like a major solid, because teaching, if you have rights but you don't know how to use and evoke those rights, then your rights are basically pointless because you're not knowing how to actually use them. So, and not letting the police and shit just walk all over you. Like when the police realize that you guys know about your own rights, they will start to do things legitimately. They'll stop doing things all crooked and fucked up, and they'll literally start going down the proper channels because they know that you know how to like evoke the right to remain silent. After you evoke that right, do not talk. Like, the police are always going to be trying, like, their main lies are we have evidence of you doing something. They don't have any. Okay, so it's illegal to lie to the police. However, it's not illegal for the police to lie to you. So y'all need to know that. So when they say, oh, we have evidence of you doing it, oh, your friend already turned you in, whatever, literally be like, just bat your eyes at them and be like, I'm sorry, but I'm not talking until my lawyer's present, first of all. And second of all, I think you're full of shit. I don't think any of that happened. And I think you're just trying to play fucking games with me. And I don't appreciate that. And then I would be like, yeah, when your lawyer shows up, I would be like, yeah, lawyer, these cops are playing fucking games. Like, they're straight up lying on some shit that I know for a fact didn't happen. I know they don't have evidence of. They're lying and they're trying to trick me. And so you don't have to answer the door when the cops come banging. Now, if they have a warrant, they'll find a way to get into your house or to catch you, like, straight up. But if they don't have a warrant, I would not be engaging with them, especially knowing that they don't have to tell you the truth. They could just be coming to try to get information out of you to use against you later for whatever demonic shit that they're on. So literally just, learn about your rights. And yeah, they play with the livelihood. They really do. They like fucking play with people, and it's not funny. Like, seriously, I think that cops should be held to the same standard as we are. I don't think that they should be able to lie to us. I don't think that they should be able to manipulate us like that. So yeah, make sure you guys like the video. Thank you, Fashionista, so much for your encouragement and your support. You guys are awesome. So yeah, you have walked away from some type of narcissistic abuse. And this doesn't have to be somebody that you were close with. I mean, it very well could be, but this could literally be somebody that you just knew online, or maybe like after you met this person. I always try to pay real close attention to my energy. Like, after I meet people, how do I feel? What's my first impression of them? what's my intuition saying? That way, if after meeting somebody, my energy starts to go boom, like a plummet real bad, I can go, okay, well, who was I around? What was I doing? What was I thinking about? I'm always questioning myself before I think it's anybody else. So like, I'm always thinking that that it's something wrong with me that I'm thinking or doing. And that's just because I want to take responsibility for whatever my portion is. But like, it's really good to pay attention to what your energy is feeling like, how you're feeling after you interact with somebody. If you feel funky afterwards, you go, okay, what were we talking about in the conversation? What was coming up that was making me feel that way? That way you can just be listening to yourself, and you can know you always want to be around people that like absolutely lift up your energy rather than drag it down. And so, yeah, if you've got people in your life that complain a lot, I mean, complaining and trauma dumping are two things. Oh, really? I have no idea who Virginia Gluffrey is. I have Goofrey. I don't even know how to say the last name, but yeah, I don't even know who that is. But yeah, so basically, you'll just want to pay attention to the signs, because, like, literally, the universe, you'll get signs through birds, you'll get signs through like hearing things in the winds. I don't know if you guys have ever heard anything in the wind, but when the wind is like howling, I hear voices. Oh, really? Epstein accuser. Wow. Okay, I'll have to look her up. So yeah, there was a narcissist that was in your guys' life that I feel like for the part of the relationship or the part of the time that you knew them, this could have been something online, is what I'm getting. Is that you didn't know that they were being a covert narcissist. And oh, she is amazing and strong. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm glad that there are people out there that are doing really good. I want everybody to do really good, to be honest. Like, even these narcissistic people, it's like we can only blame them to a certain extent, because if they're narcissists, they were raised by a narcissist. Oh, she passed away. Okay. Well, bless her soul wherever she is. So yeah, like, basically, it's not your fault that obviously empaths draw in narcissists. You guys are very empathic people. Um, but it's not your fault that they're narcissistic. And to be honest, it's not 100% their fault they're narcissistic. Like, it is partially their fault, but it's also whoever was the like, it's like narcissistic abuser goes from parent to child, and then it just keeps going until somebody shows enough sympathy, compassion, and empathy to break that cycle of narcissistic abuse, right? So narcissistic abuse can look like gaslighting. It can look like, well, gaslighting is when you just mess with somebody mentally. Like, let's say that I were to go turn the light off, and then you were to say, hey, thank you, Astraea, for turning the light off. And then I would go, I didn't turn the light off. Like, that's gaslighting. It's just like fucking with somebody. And then there's other techniques that I'm just going to kind of create names for them. So narcissists, they often like to, bait in empaths in a way into their drama. And so they could like be lying about something that hasn't happened, or they could be this narcissist was really trying to have you judged, but that didn't work out well for them. I feel like this is a female energy that we're talking about today. That is the narcissist. And so I don't know if she's a parent, somebody you met online, but what I'm getting is that there's 3 different techniques that they were mainly using. The first one is like why did I just hear hypnotizing? Maybe they do hypnotism. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about hypnotism, but the first one is like gaslighting. The second one is like baiting somebody in to like pull them in and so that they can trauma dump on you and make their problems your problems. And then the third one is just like blatant talking down on you, or making you feel like you're not enough, messing with your self-confidence. I don't know what to call that one. Basically belittling you is what it is. It's like these people, the thing is that narcissists, I'm not a doctor, I can't diagnose anybody, but narcissists, they project a lot of the time the way that they feel. Yeah, you guys are survivors of this. Seriously. they project the way that they feel about themselves onto other people because they feel like if they feel that way about themselves, that other people should feel the same. And I do not agree with that, but these are the main things. They also like to blame and accuse people of doing things that they haven't done, which is another really weird thing. Like somebody could be saying that you spiritually attack them. Like you're dealing with a narcissist that just wants an excuse to do some type of spell work. Like literally the two women connected to the person who birthed you out. They look like ugly fake snakes. Yeah, you'll be able to tell. Good. Avoiding them is really good. Pulling your energy back is even better. Not giving them anything to run on, because when narcissists hear that you're doing good, they immediately start to try to destroy that. Gray rock. Yeah, they immediately start to try to destroy that. Why? Because if you're in a positive vibration, then they can't bring you down to their level. And that's truly why they're being so narcissistic, is because they feel like you're better than they are. That's what it feels like to me. And so they try to belittle people to just knock them down a peg. Like it's like when you're having a really good day and somebody just you're going for a run down the sidewalk, somebody just sticks their foot out and tries to trip you. It's like that type of energy. So we have the energy of the number 2 coming out first off, which is about taking steps. So this person could have been taking steps towards you. They are weak sauce. Yeah, like literally they are though. And the thing is that a lot of narcissists think that other people are exactly the same way as them. But when I read the energy, I can empathically feel the way that the narcissist brain is like wired, and it's completely opposite of the wiring of like an empath. Like for some reason that connection just seems to really, really like feed into each other, I guess. Yeah, they tried that tactic with you. Keep reflecting on your hair and body and all of that is pathetic. Yeah, they just want to make you feel bad about yourself. And that's the thing, is like, no matter what you look like, love yourself when you look in the mirror unconditionally. And then you'll start to feel different about yourself. Sometimes we pick up patterns from these narcissists, of judging ourselves, of not loving ourselves, of accusing ourselves, or even feeling an imposter sometimes. It's because, of that sharp projection energy. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, the best thing you can do is walk away. Yeah, it was fake silicone. It's like literally walking away is the best thing that you can do, in pulling your energy and your power back and limiting any type of exposure to them or interaction with their energetic field. Those are like the best things that you can do, because it puts the ball rather in your court than in theirs. And then you're not subjecting yourself to being tormented by somebody, that obviously wants to torment you because they're lonely, because whatever the reason is, they're insecure. All right, so let's see. The 4 of Swords, this person, this is done. Whatever they were doing and saying about you, people are looking at them like they're mentally unfit. This person could be losing their children at this time, not to death, but to like CPS. Yeah, they've been focusing on stockpiling some type of resource, and they're not getting whatever this resource is. Okay, there is something here about plastic surgery. So there is a narcissist that wants to get plastic surgery, but if they do, it's going to, whatever this BBL crap is, it's going to end them up in a coffin. And this is why I'm not against plastic surgery in any type of way. If you feel like there's something you want to make better about yourself, whatever it is, like, go for it. If you really feel like that, like, first of all, if it's right for you, the money will come to you to get it done. This person is like needing money for whatever these surgeries are so that they can feel like they're better than other people. And literally they're not getting the money. Like, they've tried to scam for the money, lie, tried to take people to court, all sorts of shit, like seriously, to get this money, and they're not getting it. And they're like, why am I not getting this money? Because like God has a bigger picture for this person, and them going overseas to get some shady BBL surgery is extremely dangerous. Okay. And that's one of the surgeries that I think are probably the most dangerous. And I don't know. I'm okay with I'm okay with my body the way it is. I would love to be a bit thinner, but you know, in due time. I'm not going to go do liposuction or get anything attached to my ass or anything weird like that, because I psychically pick up on these people that they either die or it's just real bad. Like they end up smelling forever because the BBLs leak. And I don't want to get too graphic and gross about it, but you're dealing with somebody that's very much tied into the physical realm of how they look and how they appear. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's like it's kind of sad because this narcissist truly wants to fit in, but their behavior keeps showing them, like it shows everybody that they don't fit in, which is the exact opposite of what they want. Look, you're getting justice. This person being put down, because again, if they go overseas and they get this BBL surgery and whatever other ones they're planning on getting, they're not going to be able to practice witchcraft because they're going to be in a facility having to get these like drainage massages and do all of this like stuff, which again, I just think is super dangerous. Maybe if it's in the United States and the doctor knows what they're doing, maybe it's not as dangerous, but I feel like the ones overseas that are a lot cheaper, like, first of all, if you don't speak the language, that's scary because how hard would it be to communicate? You know what I mean? And then also it's just like, we haven't studied the long-term effects of these. Did you see? Yeah, I'm totally not against people doing plastic surgery. I just feel like this situation is not a good situation. It's like, um, we don't we don't have the time, like we don't have the necessary time that's needed to study the long-term effects of like BBLs that go back. Like they go back, I don't know, maybe a couple years or so. When was the first time BBLs came out? I'm pretty sure that it was like recently. I don't think it was like when breast implants came out at all. So it's kind of more of a new procedure. And I feel like it's just a little bit dangerous. So in a way, if this person ends up going into this surgery, it's not going to be good. And now I'm picking up on another person. Okay, another female energy could be pregnant. They could end up getting a C-section. Whatever this is, it's a break in the fighting. Like them being in the hospital, because that's what I keep being shown. Enhance their face. Yeah, them being in the hospital, you know what I mean, is going to basically, wow. Wow. Yeah. See, I feel like it's been only a few years that the BBLs have been out. So we don't have like that much study, you know, like you wish you had never gotten the surgery. Well, you know what? It's okay. I'm glad that you're still here. So you survived it. It's just like we don't have enough time that's gone by to study these things to see how healthy they are for the body. Wow. BBL's only been the last 2 years. Yeah. And I think Ozempic is causing severe problems as well. Absolutely. It's causing some type of facial syndrome because it's causing people to lose weight so rapidly that they lose, like, there's fat in the face. Like they lose whatever that like face fat is. I don't know what to call it, but it basically keeps your skin tight and stuff like that. Oh, it's bone density problems. See, yeah. Okay. Buccal fat. Okay. So yeah, like literally, there's a lot of different things that they have. I keep seeing more and more commercials for this thing called It's Hers, and it's like an injection for weight loss. I just get real bad vibes off of that type of stuff. Um, I know Oprah swears by it, but you know, I've seen people on Ozempic and it does something weird to them. I don't know what it's doing to their bodies, but it's like turning them into a hybrid creature almost. Yeah, they have all the buccal fat done. Seriously. It's like they lose the collagen and stuff in their face. Like I saw Jessica Simpson before and after Ozempic, and I was like, there was nothing wrong with her before. She was beautiful. Like what was she seeing that the rest of us were not? Because I thought that she was like drop dead sexy, straight up. So I didn't know why she got on it. And maybe somebody told her that she needed to or pressured her. It's really sad. I feel bad for the people in Hollywood. Oh, she does. She suffers from ED. I don't know what that is. Yeah, she's a total smoke show for sure. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Look at this, the number 4. So you have built a foundation of stability here, and somebody wants to tear that down. They think they're going to do that with competing with you. So you could be very attractive. Again, there are many people that I've looked at that wouldn't be labeled attractive that I think are beautiful because of their energy. Oh, eating disorders. Is that what Ozempic kind of fuels? Because like what I heard is when you get on Ozempic, you can't eat for like weeks and stuff. Anytime you get an injection of it or whatever. Wow, bariatric surgery in 2012. Wow, you lose weight, but yeah, absolutely, you pick up everything that you lost. Your stomach is still half the size. That's interesting. You don't think it gives eating disorders? Interesting. It just stops appetite. Wow, which is kind of like an eating disorder. But yeah, it stops appetite. So if you stop taking it, and what it is lizard poison. Yeah, if you stop taking it, like what happens is your appetite come back extra worse. See, that's another thing. We haven't had a whole lot of time for science to study it and the effects to say, oh, this is something that's okay for the body and something that it's not. So needless to say, you don't have to do anything to enhance the way that you look. You're already attractive. Your energy is beautiful, you know. We're going to see what this narcissist was doing. Oh, I see. So yeah, that type of surgery, the bariatric surgery, works on the assumption that a person eats a lot. I see. Interesting. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, it's like getting a staple in the stomach. I think I had an extended family member that went through that. Venom of the Gila monster. That sounds really scary. That sounds very scary. It sounds like trying to put reptile DNA with human DNA, which is a little frightening, but and that's honestly, because narcissists to me are psychic vampires. They're always like that. Ace of Cups. Look at this. You guys have so much love coming from the spiritual realm. It's like crazy how favored you are. You also have like even though this person had been in your energy, you guys are really attracting loving people at this time. People who want to support you and want to see you do good. And honestly, that's like the best thing to have in your life is somebody that wants to see you succeed because you are going to. So like it's a side effect of you just continuing on your journey. You've had people that want to come along the way and basically put a block, or just like I was saying, like you could be jogging down the street and somebody sticks their foot out to trip you. They just want to see you fall down, like as a metaphor, you know, maybe physically as well, but mainly as a metaphor. And the fact that this person hasn't seen that, they feel like they need to change everything about themselves. And they're not realizing that if this narcissist would start to love themselves, they would change. Yeah, absolutely. Chameleon for sure. Absolutely. There are some reptiles that are really cool. I had an iguana once, but it got really big and then I had to sell it. It ended up it's their tails, when they whip their tail, it's like a real whip. It like literally cuts you. So anyways, but I had a moment in my life where I was breeding snakes, all different types of snakes. I love snakes, actually. If I could have a pet now, that would probably be the one, but I can't take care of animals with my conditions and stuff. So I don't know. Cats and dogs are really good too. You're dealing with somebody that doesn't have a good support system. They believe that they're more important to this world than you, which is something that you don't believe about other people. Everybody has their own, like there's a bigger purpose and everybody has their own purpose in life. Like their own, I want to say destiny, but destiny is something that we can control with our choices, right? Red corn snakes. Yeah, no, I had like green tree pythons. I had boa constrictors. I had regular pythons. Yeah, lots of different snakes. Never really any small snakes, to be honest. The star, this person, this is what they're upset with. Sorry, I have to cover her body up. But like, this is what they're upset with. You have a talent, a skill, or an ability that blesses yourself and it blesses other people. and it helps other people see the better side of themselves. This could be a writing ability. It could be poetry. It could be, you could even be just like working on affirmations. This is all really good stuff though. Whatever it is that you're cooking up, it's going to help other people progress. And the thing is that this narcissist, they definitely were trying to fight you for something. They're about to go into some type of either mental hospital or physical rehab or something like that, where they're not going to be able to bring all of this witchcraft like items with them. So they're not going to be able to attack you while they're in this facility. Yeah. Or spy on you or remote view you. And make sure you guys like the video. Like, this person loved to abuse their spiritual power and abilities and use that of other people's. Thank you, Spirit. To basically spy on you and watch your progress. It's all about watching where you're going, your progress, what you are, where you're headed, basically. Yes. And bearded dragons are cool too. I knew somebody that had a bearded dragon and I was like, I fell in love with it. They have little personalities. The number 6. So this person's focused basically on material possessions. They could be a lover of money, which there's nothing wrong with that. But this person values money over love. Yeah, they're very, very competitive with this 5 of Wands energy. And they've been using some type of divination to try to spy on you. It could be remote viewing, like in a crystal ball. It could be another type of divination, whatever they're into, if it's cards. This person has tried to challenge your authority in the spirit realm, and they don't have a just cause to do that because you're not doing anything to anyone. The Hangman, they've tried to sacrifice you. Like, when I say sacrifice you, you're dealing with narcissists that read spell books, you know? Yes, they do have their little personalities. Oh my gosh, seriously. Nice. I'm so glad that you guys are out in the earth getting projects done. I love that. So this person wanted to sacrifice you. They wanted to literally trade in your energy to get some type of reward. I don't know what demon or devil or person told them that they could do this to you, or if this person is just somebody that follows a tradition that their family does and sacrificing other people. Yeah, this was all for your spiritual gifts and abilities, what you inherited from God. That's why they were doing it, and for this star trait that you have. So that's what they wanted. They wanted to sacrifice you. I feel like for some of you, this could have been somebody that you were just maybe interacting with online for a minute, and then you realize something weird about them, that every time after interacting with them, you feel depleted, and then you're always thinking about their problems. Like, this person was trying to project a lot of thoughts to you to get you to self-delete, to self-unalive, and to self-harm. And this person knows that their witchcraft is not going to affect you because you love yourself. And this person thinks that you loving yourself is selfish. Like, what are you supposed to do? You can only love yourself. And then from that point, you can help love other people, but you can't put other people before you and completely neglect yourself and let your life deteriorate. That's what this person does. I mean, they love themselves above everything, but in a very narcissistic way. This person can only see one side of the coin. They don't have the ability of like getting another perspective of the sun, you know? It's like they can only see things one way. So they thought that this was a wonderful idea, that they were going to get all of your beauty, all of your longevity, all of your good energy. And this person did not receive anything. In fact, like, they're literally trying to look with the cards to see what happened, what went wrong, what item do they need to tweak in the spell. No, they don't understand that there's not going to be a spell that can complete this. Not against you. And honestly, I don't think that even works against other people. The 2 of Cups. I just heard the Codex Gigas, which is the Devil's Bible. If you don't know about it, indeed, you were the sacrifice. Yeah. If you don't know about the Devil's Bible, you may just want to check it out. It's a book that's like this big. Like, it's like freaking huge. And there's a really cool story about it. They say that this priest that was like possessed by the devil or something made it in one night, which is impossible because it would obviously, a book that big back in the day, it would take like years and years to make. But yeah, there's missing pages in the Codex Gigas, and those missing pages is what the people in power, they use those missing pages, because on those missing pages, like when I looked at the book, and what I got psychically was that those missing pages had codes on them that basically made it so that the reptilians or reptiles could breed and intermingle their DNA with the human DNA so that they could always stay in power. So that's why you have certain bloodlines, like the Bushes, Senior Bush and Son Bush. They were reptilians, like the Queen of England. Just certain people in power, they have this reptilian DNA. In fact, even the Anunnaki have they've got a hybrid that's between a reptilian and an Anunnaki, because there are some peaceful reptilians. Not all of them are bad, but the peaceful ones, like, it's just super rare to come across those. So I do have a couple of them in my spiritual team of highest light and resonance, but yeah, most of the time you come across the other type. So this Two of Cups, so this person is obviously a side effect, like they're partially possessed, and it's genetically, right? This Two of Cups love offer that's coming in from the universe, this is a soul contract that you have to create some type of project while you're here, to work with certain people. Like, it's all going to come into divine alignment because you're in alignment to receive. This person that tried to sacrifice you, they were being really fake, playing in your face, being very fake. They tried this multiple times and it backfired. They look at you as some type of competition. Yeah, they also feel like you're competition for their child. I am getting that you guys are psychic and intuitive people. This person wants their child to have your gifts. So they tried to steal your soul contract, tried to steal your energy, tried to steal your abilities, and this has backfired. So it feels like they tried to transfer them to this is a muggle. From Harry Potter, the muggles are like, yeah, people are just nasty. Yeah. Queen was not a reptile. People are just nasty. Oh my God, she was totally a reptile. I've seen some crazy videos of her. Oh my gosh. Wow. Your dog ate a bee. Literally. Oh my gosh. I've seen some videos of her eyes completely changing. Totally scary. You saw it too. That's so funny. So, like, literally, this person thinks that because they want their child to be something great, and they look at you and they see greatness and they see all of this potential, right? And then they're like, well, how can I give that to my child? And then they think, oh, witchcraft. And witchcraft is not the way. There's no way to give, like, to be honest, supernatural powers and psychic abilities are all genetic. From my perspective of working with people that have them for so long, it's like we can always trace that gift to somebody in their family or like their extended family, like grandma's grandma or whatever, but it's always coming through the bloodline. And so yeah, if you you don't share a bloodline with this person. So they were trying to do something that's just basically impossible. They wanted to give somebody a spiritual ability. They wanted them to be revered in the way that you're revered. And they wanted other people to see their child in the way that you're seen. And that's just not, your ancestors are not signing off on this. Yeah, this person's child is extremely materialistic. Like, they want to just have a superpower so that they can make a lot of money. They don't need a superpower to make a lot of money. There are a lot of things that are evil and devilish that make a lot of money that these people could go do. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. This person could have 2 kids or they could have 1 child. I get that maybe one of these children that they have is adopted. But yeah, which is another reason you just can't. You can't give somebody else's gifts to somebody else. When the gifts come from God and the Holy Spirit, God gives to you in the way that the world doesn't give to you. What God gives to you, the world can't take away. And they can try, but they're going to fail. And they're going to have to answer to God for it. So this person is innately raising narcissistic children, like I was saying, how that abuse continues and continues and continues. You have some traumas from these people in government. Yeah. Yeah. They sometimes, and MK Ultra, I definitely know about MK Ultra's crap. Yeah. I felt like I've been targeted by MK Ultra. But the thing is that they never really found, even with all of the different experiments, they never found a real way to mind control people, and they know that. Like literally. Yes, yes. Muggles, yeah. Yes, absolutely. These people are just really, really ordinary. And there's nothing wrong with being ordinary. But you shine like a diamond, you shine like a star. You're very sparkly. You're very sparkly. You also are multifaceted, and you're a multitasker. You have so many different gifts and abilities to share with this world that God and the Holy Spirit are very excited for you in this lifetime to get to experience, you know, having an ascension, going through on a spiritual journey, getting justice. Because this person, they were never going to stop trying to spy on you and compete with you and take you to court and crap, because they feel like you're getting something that they don't have. And they feel like that's unfair. But they really were not coming up against you guys. They were coming up against God, because this is something that God planned, and God put you in a position to do this work, whatever it is, so that you can help other people with it. These people, they want to just copy your work, literally. They want to be a spitting image of you. They want to be a copycat, and they want to copy your work so that they can get financial resources, not realizing that you cannot steal messages from somebody else's psyche, or messages and downloads that they're getting. It's like the game telephone. It's always going to be distorted. If you're not getting it from the source, aka God and the Holy Spirit, your own intuitive gifts and your inner self, then the information usually is not trustworthy. So like these people that want to just copy verbatim what you're doing and what you're saying, it's a little weird to me, because they can't impersonate you. It's like they look like an imposter. So this person's parent could have been telling their children like to do a spiritual career, that they'll teach them all this energy manipulation and all this crap. And these children, they could be in their 30s, maybe even going into like mid 30s or late 30s. This person is still trying to do this. Their children have not been successful at anything because they're a narcissist and they were raised by a narcissist. And if you know, narcissists are very much into scarcity and lack. You're covering a sweat. It's so hot. Wow. Good for you. Good for you putting that mulch in. This is like I love fall, because the energy and just the weather shifts. It gets a little bit cooler. But yeah, you're dealing with somebody that these people are in lack and scarcity. Again, this person's trying to find the money to pay for some type of surgery. They're in major lack and scarcity. They're looking to you. How can I do what they've done? How can I become them? That's not going to be possible here. And then how can I make my children into who they are, so that God will be pleased with me? God would be pleased with this person if they would just clean their act up, to be honest. That's what they could do to better themselves, is just clean up their act. Yeah, you've got a lot of prosperity and abundance and popularity coming in with this 3 of Cups. You're getting more and more people that want to be around your energy, that want to be a part of what you're growing and what you're working on. And these people are going to come in, and you're going to be able to sniff out the ones that are fake, the ones that are just there to copy you. I mean, how boring does their life have to be, where they spend their majority of their time trying to copy somebody else? That's crazy. This person doesn't realize that their narcissistic control does not have an effect on other people in the way that they think it does. This person that you've been dealing with, they think that they have a superpower that they can use on people and make them change, think about themselves weird, all sorts of weirdness. And this person may do voodoo and energy manipulation, but it's not working, because, it's just not, you're just too protected. Like, I don't know what to say. You're too protected. You're too much in alignment for this crap to work on you. Maybe if you were asleep in the matrix, not doing right by people, it would work on you, but I doubt it. Like all of this is meant to do is to further awaken you to the truth. Yeah, you have the energy of the King of Cups. You're very, very wise. You're a counselor. Like you could literally counsel people, even though you may not want to. And I totally get that because I'm not a counselor, but I could probably counsel somebody. But yeah, you're naturally an advisor. Like you help other people balance their head and their heart energy together. And I feel like you also help people gain control over their thoughts and emotions. And so you're doing that through sharing light codes, through just being your beautiful selves, which is why I love your authentic energy. And again, you don't have to be a man to be showing up as the King of Cups. It just shows me that you're very wise. Like I look at the King of Cups almost as like a holy person, somebody that has a lot of love to offer. So these people know that you're a wise counsel. They also know that that you're very intuitive, and this scares them. Your gifts that you got from God scares them. Wow, you did study 3 counseling course, but you haven't had the opportunity to be one. You may want to think about that. You have a cup of copycats, ex fake friends. Yeah, I mean that's kind of more of the energy that I get. Is like it's not a family member. Wow, my ear just started ringing really loud. You could have narcissistic family members, but this person, this is somebody that either knows you online or they knew you in person back in the day. Yeah, they're very, very foolish to think that they're going to be able to stop you of being wise counsel to other people, which is really, really bizarre. I feel like this person, for some reason, they feel entitled to your time and your energy, and they feel like you should pay for everything. So you could have gone out with these people and have had to pay for their drinks, had to pay for everything. This is a type of person that will neglect their children and neglect their children's lives, basically to go get like a Gucci bag or something. Like literally have their children wearing rags while they're wearing Gucci and Chanel and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with those brands. I'm just saying if live within your what is it? Live within your lifestyle range. Like if this person is struggling to pay their bills, but they're spending their money on Gucci and stuff, then that's kind of, I don't know, a waste, or it's bad use of funding. I don't know, what is it called? Abuse of finances. This person's always in scarcity and lack because they want to live a better life than the one that they have, but they don't want to work to get that better life. And so that's why they don't have it. And again, them not getting the money for this surgery, like if this person gets the money for this surgery that they want, they may lose their life. That's how dangerous it is. And that's why I was like, this person is being stopped by the universe somehow. The universe could literally just be like, okay, you keep wanting to play with the collective like they're a game or a toy. We're going to do the same thing to you. And it's truly sad because this person does want to be loved, but they don't want to have to love anybody else. They just want to receive the love. You know what I mean? Yeah, sip it clouds. It's all you have to say to the haters. Exactly. Yeah. And like, it just makes me kind of, I'm not into clothing like that. Like you see, I'll wear like just different combinations of the same shit. But like literally, I don't have any type of attraction to certain brands because of like what Balenciaga did with their child. Oh, if you don't know about it, a couple years ago, maybe it was about 2 years ago, Balenciaga did this photo shoot with these like disheveled children, like, and very young, like, you know, like that, like what, toddlers. And they're holding BDSM teddy bears in all the pictures. And Balenciaga doesn't even make children's clothing. So like, what the hell was that? And it just gets, the more you go down the rabbit hole of Balenciaga, the more disturbing the shit gets. So like they have somebody that has a Balenciaga purse that's at work. They have all these papers that are in the background of this picture. But if you zoom in on the papers, all of the papers keep talking about child PORN cases that have gone to court and child abuse cases and stuff like that. And this one that they fund this one artist that paints very, what do I want to say, inappropriate pictures of children being decapitated and all sorts of effed up things, like just really sick, just sick shit. And so, of course, you know, Kim Kardashian, the most vain person in the world, literally, and I'm not taking digs at her, but that's the truth. Like, I'm sure that she could even agree with that. Literally, she's now the spokesperson for Balenciaga. And it was like, yo, how could you freaking back a company that actually put out that photo shoot, which like completely tormented and messed up the brains of a lot of people that thought Balenciaga was just a brand? Just crazy shit. You know what I mean? So you never know what is hiding behind, what devilment is hiding behind that brand. I'm sure that, and so that's why it's like researching things are good, you know, so that you're not investing in something that has bad karma. I don't care how expensive their shit is or how nice it is. I don't want to wear anything that's associated with child abuse. Point blank, period. And that company is not an American company, so maybe they have a different standpoint on child abuse, but still, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It does seem a bit fake. They're one of the most wealthiest people, though, like wealthiest families. But yeah, I think that they do money laundering and some illegal activity. But who knows? We'll see if a case ever comes against them. We'll see what the government decides to do. Probably nothing. The number 2, taking steps. So this person was definitely taking steps towards permanently swapping something out with you. They thought that if they got close enough to you, they could figure out that you would teach them how your abilities work so that then they could teach that to their kids. That's the thing. Everybody's abilities are different, and we all have more than one ability that works off of each other. And so I could teach you guys how to do exactly what I'm doing, like literally verbatim. But if your gifts are different, then you won't be able to do it the way that I do it. You'd have to find a way for you to do it. Does that make sense? Yeah, that I don't know a whole lot about brands either, but I don't spend money on brands like that. So yeah. But yeah, I do have a book that's coming out. I'm trying to keep it on the hush hush because I've got it trademarked and stuff. It's almost done being worked on, but it will teach you how to read your own cards, literally, so that you don't get confused. And that book is great because it works with any ability that you have. And yeah, like a lot of knowledge that's compiled together if you want to learn about the tarot and pull cards for yourself. So let's see what else. The Wheel of Fortune popping out right then as I'm talking about that. So that's a good sign for me with that book. But literally, this Wheel of Fortune is accessible to you now. You know, you guys could be getting extra money. You could be getting extra money when you do your taxes this year. Whatever this is, there's some type of blessing attached to your destiny and fate coming in. So when this comes in, and you could be in the Wheel of Fortune already, but when it comes in, God, I just got really hot and the fan's on. So this person is heated. They're heated. I could feel like steam coming out my ears. They're heated. They're really pissed off because they wanted to come with you on your journey. Okay. Everyone needs to understand that the spiritual journey that we all go on is only for us. It's literally not for anybody else. Oh my God, these that just fell on the ground. It's not for anybody else but us. Like, it's a personal journey, a one-man band. I mean, not really one man because we have ancestors and spirit guides, but like literally my journey is going to be different than your journey. Even though we can all go together, it's still like this person cannot walk your path of life. They can't help anybody else do that either. Nice. Look at you. Keep going with that housework, getting the laundry done. So this is what just fell out on the floor, which is ironically 2 cards, which is what we just rolled. We have Judgment and the King of Swords. So this person, they've been told no by this King of Swords when it comes to taking you to court or spying on you. So I'm wondering if this person knew a cop or something, because they were trying to use some type of illegal method to watch you and stalk you. And now they're like, there are certain things of evidence that you have to be able to monitor somebody without their consent. And the government will do it because it's the government. But like literally, they haven't found anything that you're doing, and you're not, even if you were abusing spirituality, what the hell is this person going to do about it? They tried to have judgment called on you and tried to get you locked up and put in some type of mental institution. They were definitely defaming your character and slandering your name. And this King of Swords, they don't really like you. They don't like your spiritual practice. They don't like the fact that you won't join whatever religion this is. They don't like the fact that you're either unmarried. They feel like you're uncontrolled, basically. And that you shouldn't be able to go around saying and doing whatever you want because you're an intuitive being and because you're a star. But like literally, even this person knows that there's no valid reason, like there's not a legal reason for them to be monitoring you. And so this King of Swords has shut this person down, and they are, when I say distraught, sweetie, this person from your past or in your present, whoever this narc is, they are like in despair because they cannot have you watched and stalked and have illegal, I want to say illegal investigations, because they're unwarranted investigations brought against you or charges brought against you. Like they are upset. So you could be picking up, yeah, truly slandered and tried to get you locked up. Yeah. Like literally, you guys can totally do what you want. That's to the whole thing of free will. So can this person. So if they choose to act like this, I mean, they can do that. That's why this King of Swords is like, well, we don't have any evidence of this person doing anything illegal. So we just can't move forward with whatever this case is that they tried to bring up against you. And that's the thing, is like, there's no evidence. That means that there's nothing going on. And the fact that the Anunnaki are on their way here, there's multiple alien groups that are on their way here right now. These people had better be very careful. And I'm not even joking. This is a major warning for them. They had better be very, very careful when it comes to trying to get people thrown in prison without having any real reason for that. Trying to get people beep traffic like that, doing things like that. They had better be very careful, because these extraterrestrials, people go missing all the time. These extraterrestrials, like literally do not play, and they're scary. Like they if I were this person, I would be afraid. Because the extraterrestrials show up, the angels show up. When you have Archangel Michael showing up, that's a problem. Archangel Michael's like, no, this has to stop. You know, there's no reason to do this. I feel like this was an old community used to live in, or it could be an old community used to connect with online. These people had some type of bigger ulterior motive for you. 6, for physical gain, again, for monetary success. They had a bigger picture. Yeah, they're always in this 7 of Swords energy, though. This is like why they have to be very careful, because they are running away from their problems, and running away from what they've already done is going to cause more problems. This person is extremely self-centered, and the only reason they wanted to take you to court is because they see you having something. And then, again, how are you going to take somebody to legal court and take I guess maybe what their plan was to take your physical money from you so you wouldn't be able to use your abilities, so that they could steal it and give it to their children. This person's children, they're not shit because this person is not shit. That's why their children are not successful. And this person's children could be still borrowing money from them. This person's like, how the hell am I going to get this money for this surgery and for all this physical monetary shit that I want, when my children keep coming with their handout? I need to give my children something that they can make money with. And they see you over here about to make money or making money with your gifts and abilities and talents. And they're like, oh, I'll just steal that from that person. This is like literally something that they've learned to do over time. They've witnessed somebody else do this before. And so, yeah, this person is overcommitted to bringing you down, and they're overcommitted to seeing you fall, basically. The emperor. They know that you guys, yeah, you'll laugh them. The court will laugh them out the door. Literally, you know that they know that you're in the energy of the emperor, which means you have mastered an emotion that they were trying to tug on. So you could have literally felt somebody tugging on your heartstrings. It was this person. And you don't have to be afraid of them or their children because they can't do anything to you. Like, other than like try to get people to watch you, like what can they do? This person has tried to tell the police that you are a substance seller. That is not true. Okay, there's no evidence of that. There's no people coming up and saying, yeah, I bought substances from them. That's just not true. This person was trying to say that you do sex work. Again, another not true thing, because you've been monitored and illegally spied on is what I want to say. And again, these people that they, you know, whatever law they were using to spy on you, they don't have to just answer to the legal system in this physical world. They have to answer to the ancestors, aka the aliens, your ancestors. So they see you as being a leader. They want their children to be a leader. And I can understand wanting better for your children, but you don't take from one person like to give to your children, you know. And this person also, because they wanted to come with you on your journey instead of walking their own path, they wanted to be this emperor. They wanted to be with an emperor. They wanted to become this emperor. They wanted to be the leader and the boss. But this person doesn't have any knowledge to teach anybody. Your neighbors trying to get rid of you. Yeah, criminal gangs and stuff like that. I had an experience too where my neighbors were calling the police on me every day, literally like clockwork. Sometimes I wouldn't even be home. And the police were dumb as fuck. Like, seriously, they were working with these neighbors, and they came to my house and told me that they were going to sue me, take me to court, and get me thrown out of my house and get me thrown out on the streets. They literally came to my fucking door and told me that. And then they were going to try to arrest me if I cried or threw a fit in any type of way after they come to my door and basically threaten my life and tell me that they're going to have the city sue me and get me kicked out. Oh, fucking well. Yeah. Crazy shit. And then, like, literally, I had somebody that said that I threatened them, but I didn't know who they were. And they were trying to take me to court over that. I was like, I had tried to stay in that place for so long. And then finally, when I was like, okay, enough is enough. These people are trying to fucking take my life from me. They coming up to my door every day, banging on my door, trying to record me through my door and all sorts of weird shit, just being really freaks, you know, sending different gang stalkers and stuff. And I had, other than me not wanting to join their fuck religion and their death cult, which I think that, you know, the LDS religion is a fucking death cult and it's filled with pedophiles, and they're being sued for all of that shit right now. So I don't want nothing to do with that. They didn't like that I had spiritual abilities, and they didn't like that I didn't want to join their little fucking group. Point blank, period. So what did they do? Voodoo. They started doing a fucking lot of it. They were literally doing a lot of it. Like, around my house, even during the daytime and shit. Like, these people wouldn't even fucking wait till nighttime to do the shit. So needless to say, when I asked God, okay, if this place is not my home, you know, because at that place I had all of my needs met and I was able to sustain myself. And so, yeah, God moved me to a better place. I asked if I could move, and God's like, okay, yeah. And it was within 1 month that I was able to move, and I was able to get away from those people. And since then, I'm sure they've tried to bring up charges on me or whatever, but they don't know where I am. And I moved like far away from them. So literally they can't do anything to me where I'm at now. And they shouldn't have any reason to, because I don't want to be a part of their fucking demonic ass cult. But yeah, these people, like, they were conspiring with each other, the neighbors, and they were conspiring with the police. So I definitely get what you guys are going through. And it just seems like it keeps happening to chosen ones. Like, you know, they were in, I had to put up like fake cameras and stuff. They used to chant in your driveway. Oh my God, I had shit like that going on too. Yeah, they would like literally come to my back door and they would dig a hole by like these little like tree things, and then they would put like lemons and jars and weird shit in the ground, and then they would do a bunch of dumb shit, and I would like I would be like, if I was asleep at that time, I would be woken up the moment they're doing it. So I go look, and they'd be like sitting in the parking spot like outside my door bumping the music, like trying to intimidate me and stuff. Yeah, you bought a camera. Exactly. So yeah, I bought a camera, I put it up, and then they just started doing things to try out of the view of the camera. But they would still come and not bang on my door really hard, and I would never answer it because I don't know who these people are. Straight up, don't know them. But they were like, "Oh, she threatened me, bitch. I don't know who you are." And I think that the person that made that complaint used a fake name because I tried to search them to see who the fuck they are, and they didn't come up in any system. So I'm like, sounds like a fake fucking name. So probably do know who these people are. So they put me through the worst. I literally, when I was living in that condo, I had the worst mental health. Everything was really bad. I was so depressed. The fact that I haven't taken my life is a miracle because of the psyops and the different techniques they were using to abuse me. But seriously, they would turn up the gas in their apartment, in the other condos, and then they would like literally just turn up the gas and like leak gas, like carbon dioxide into the condo. And they're like, "Oh, you couldn't prove it." Like, I could prove it. Actually, I took pictures of all the voodoo they would leave everywhere. They obviously wanted me to know that they were fucking doing voodoo. You know what I mean? And they had no idea how it was going to backfire. So yeah, if you guys are dealing with situations like that, ask God to move. Because I was like, when I got from God that I could move, I was like, okay, I'll dib out. I'm in a place now that's costs more money, and it's not as sustainable, but at least my life is not being threatened, and I'm not, being tormented 24 hours a day with people banging hammers on the walls and hammering voodoo nails into voodoo dolls and shit like that. Like, seriously. And what type of weird ass Christians practice voodoo? All of them. Like, that's bizarre to me. Okay. That's bizarre. Yes. Yeah. Social housing sucks. Yeah. It's like a controlled environment / experiment where they just, like, they will do whatever they need to do to try to get you out of there. And then the moment that you leave and you take your protection with you, these people will be open to be attacked. Like, literally right after I had left there, that entire building, all those people had to go to like hotels because that entire building flooded, literally. Wow, they did hammering too much and you called the police. See, I never wanted to call the police on my neighbors, and that's something I would still never do, like unless I felt like somebody was really being harmed. But yeah, they were always hammering all day and all night, and after a while that shit will get to you. I mean, that can drive you insane. Plus people had dogs that were always barking like continuously. There was a power closet that was that was attached to the condo, and they would never change the battery in it. So it was always beep, beep, this fucking fire alarm going off. Like, it was just ridiculous. These people were so messed up and immature. I just know that God has done something horrific to them in their life. Like, and they're being seen for who they truly are. And I'm glad that I got the F away from them. They kept banging on your door, gang stalking you, childhood home for 40 years. Exactly. Yeah. Of 40 years. Yeah. That's what they were doing to me. All these people I didn't know trying to make me scared. And I was scared. But now if somebody did that to me, it definitely changed me. That experience changed me. Now I would record them and call the police and file reports on them and all that. But they took advantage of the fact that I didn't do that when I was living there. And they also took advantage of the fact that I wouldn't do witchcraft on them, because I could have easily done something in the spirit to knock them out completely. But I didn't get that doing witchcraft on them back was going to be the answer. Like, that's just not, So the Six of Pentacles, these people just want to see you breadcrumbed. They want to be the one to divvy out your guys' blessings. Yes, that's what anybody getting paid to gang stalk another person. I wonder how they can consider themselves good people. They're doing it in the name of God, or they're doing it in the name of whatever, not even realizing that they're attacking the real Christ consciousness on this planet. And the way that the police treated me was an abomination. Like, that was so bad. And I was so scared of getting thrown in jail for not doing shit. Like, literally. They would call the police on me all the time saying that there was someone beating me. Like, they would make all these weird false claims. Like, the fuck? I'm like, where are they getting this shit from? Literally misleading the police like every day. And if they heard me cry, they would call 911. Like, it's like normal for them to have like children and babies that cry 24 hours a day. But if I made any type of sound and there was no padding in the walls, there was no insulation. It was like, I couldn't do shit. I couldn't do anything there in peace. And it was all because it truly started when I said no to the vampire that lived next door. Literally, I had a vampire and a vampire / demon that lived next door to me. And the moment that I said no to it, it turned all the other people in that complex against me. And because I was already different and not a part of their fucking cult, they didn't like me. And they decided that I deserved to be trafficked. They threatened me. They threatened my life. Literally. It's like these people don't even realize that you being around them has saved them from getting karma. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. They said you're free to stay at home. You voluntarily went wherever they could put you for your safety for 24 hours. The hospital. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. They definitely had me hospitalized one time, but never again. They ain't doing that shit ever again. Not to me. I mean, they can try, but like literally, they have to have some type of actual reason. And crying, somebody crying and being heard crying is not a reason to fucking put them in the loony bin. Okay. It's not. Somebody just crying, like I said, if children are allowed to scream and cry and kick the walls and bang on shit and make noise 24 hours a day, then anybody else that has PTSD, if they cry, that should be accepted. People should pray for that person that's crying rather than calling the cops on them. But literally, that's one reason why when I go to this disability hearing, because I am disabled from that experience, they completely fucked me up and fucked my brain up. And it was just bad. I'm going to basically be telling everything about my testimony and my story. These people know that you're a generous person. They know that you are a healer, you're an empath, you're intuitive. So that's why they feel like they can do this to you and get away with it. Literally, the worst thing that these people could do. And then also that they blackballed me so I couldn't work. Like, they would not only send witchcraft attacks all day when I would go to work, but then they tried to make it so that nobody would ever give to me and nobody would rent to me and all that shit. Like, they really did somebody that works for God dirty as fuck. And I forgive those people, but I will never, ever allow anybody to treat me like that again. You can't do any more wheelbarrow today. Well, good for you for getting some of it done. Yeah, seriously. It's like they have like, what are those little like horns that help you hear? It's like they've got that like pressed to the door listening. Just fucking crazy. Who does that to their neighbors? People are so weird. Wow. Yeah, you saw people lose their shit. I think they're miserable. I think they are miserable. And I think they're very jealous, very jealous. These people are going to have to walk away dissatisfied. They're not going to breadcrumb you. Like, these people literally, what they're doing to you is what they tried to do to me. They tried to strip my inheritance of me, like take every gift that God gave me, which you can't do. And they tried to take that condo from me. Oh, fucking well, they can have it. It was on Indian burial grounds anyways, which fucking, there was no amount of clearing work I could do that could uncurse the shit. So it's like, especially when people continue to do voodoo on top of it and make bad decisions. So I just left it where it was at, and, you know, was fortunate enough to get enough money to get another place. But yeah, this place is not as financially good of a situation, but it's safer. You know what I mean? So even if you have to pay more money, and that's one reason why I feel like disability, first of all, I'm actually disabled by my doctor, knows that and has written that down. But secondly, it was their government, their system, their police, their fucking idiots that they employ that caused brain damage to me, literal PTSD, to the point where it took me years to recuperate. And then they blackballed me so I couldn't get a job. So I think that they need to fucking help me out. And if they don't, that'll be another batch of karma that these people do not want to have to go through, losing everything, getting fired. And then when the aliens show up, and I'm not playing about that because I was abducted when I was younger, and I know I was brought from another universe to this one. When they show up, these humans are going to have a lot to answer for, and the aliens are not going to want to hear anything other than, we made an agreement for you to have some of our star seeds and our chosen ones, and then this is how you treat them. Yeah, the government's reneged on their agreements with the extraterrestrials by not supporting us and abusing us, and they're going to find that there are consequences for that. Devil. Literally. See, these people, they have to walk away from whatever this devil worship is. And I don't know if it's actually like worshiping the devil or if this is just sacrificing to the devil. But these people work with a lower vibrational entity. And this entity is not something that you can trust. It's a trickster spirit. I'll always tell you that I've been Loki forever. That's my memory, my experiences of having to deal with the karma from that. But this is trickster spirit on a whole different fucking level. Like, this is somebody that wants you to think that they are like an angel of light when they're worshiping the darkness. Like, they're literally, you can see that these two humans, they're chained to the devil, but they could take those chains off. It's not like they're locked in, you know. Wow. Yeah, that is so hard, having to grow up with somebody that's narcissistic, literally. Well, good. I'm glad that you haven't been abducted, because it's not a fun experience. Not at all. In fact, it was my first memory of like something bad happening was that. But it also just kind of shows me that the fact that they let me remember was so I would know that I was like a star seed, literally. The Eight of Swords, this devil energy is about to have this person imprisoned. In fact, I think that this person teaches illegal ways to their children. So, you know, they're trying to cover up something that they did. And hopefully me sharing my testimony with you helps you guys know that if I can get through it, you can get through it. And sometimes it is just moving, like literally getting around a different group of people that will accept you or will not target you. Sometimes it could be just as easy as that. So let's get a conclusion for this situation, because I don't feel like you're in scarcity. I don't feel like you guys are in lack, and I don't feel like you're losing, and I don't feel like this person's gaining your abilities. They're being led down a path that's going to lead them to destruction, and it's going to lead them to being imprisoned in some type of way, whether that's spiritually or physically. And I feel like this King of Swords, they don't like you. They don't like your spiritual ideas, your spiritual ideologies. They don't like your spiritual philosophy. They don't like your spiritual knowledge. I could probably go on for an hour of all the things that this person doesn't like about you, but they also know that they don't have a chance in hell at taking you to court for anything. You're very welcome. Literally, they don't have a chance in hell. These people are up under the moon doing ridiculousness. Now, remember, October 6th, which is on Monday, and this coming up Monday, is going to be the full moon. It's a harvest moon. So these people are going to be using the energies of the full moon to try to harvest your energy and your power. And when they don't get this, these people are going to be very pissed off. They will probably try to retaliate, reach out, or do something because they're kicked out of your energy. And like literally, they may try to do something. Just ignore these people and move forward. Don't even pay them any attention. Don't give them any energy. And make sure that, you know, if you want to light a candle on that night, pray, ask God that if anybody's sending you any negativity, that it be blocked or returned, and just put out into the universe that you only accept things that are for your highest and best good. A Five of Swords. These people are so into self-preservation. Remember, I was talking about the Seven of Swords, how they're extremely self-centered. Like, these people are only concerned with self. They don't care about what they're doing to other people. This is a big problem. This is one reason why they're going to end up being imprisoned, is because they've committed a lot of crimes and they don't care about anybody. They don't care about hurting anybody or using anybody or committing crimes against them, or they don't care. They just don't care. They only care about themselves. And honestly, these people need to be imprisoned or limited in some type of way, because they just don't learn. It seems like you were supposed to be the lesson to teach these people to become better versions of themselves. But instead, the jealousy and envy they felt from you, or I guess because of them seeing you happy in your life, caused them to react and respond in an opposite way as what we had hoped, basically. We want these people to become inspired by your light, not jealous of it. You know what I'm saying? But you're dealing with a narcissist. So what can you expect? The Two of Wands. You have such a beautiful creative vision. Keep going. The only thing that can stop you is yourself. And I guarantee that even though there's a couple people that don't want to see you be happy or succeed, there are more people in your life that want to see you happy and succeed. So even if you feel like everybody's against you, trust me, it's only like a couple people, and those people pay other people to come up against you. And if somebody doesn't like you because of your spiritual beliefs, they need to grow the fuck up and get over it. I don't like other people because, I mean, I don't actually not like people. I just don't like the things that they do to others. So it's like there's some spiritual beliefs that I don't agree with, like doing witchcraft on people, putting love spells on people, trying to take away their free will, trying to curse and hex them. I don't agree with that. But I'm not going to try to get anybody put in jail because of that. You know what I mean? Because the freaking justice system doesn't take spell work seriously, even though it's an intention to hurt and harm somebody. They look at it as like a mental health issue rather than like an actual physical issue. And it's probably because they're under spell work themselves. Duh. But like literally, you know, you guys are not trying to prosecute anybody, even though you could. There's so many times you could have came for this person back and wiped their head completely off of their body, just knocked them down, but you didn't. And God's really proud of you for that, because again, even though these people are narcissistic, abusing them back is not going to help you. Like, that's why I was saying, when I was faced with them doing all of this voodoo on me, I could have done witchcraft back, but I didn't. I didn't want to go down a dark road and then still not be successful. So the best thing that I did is I just was like, okay, God, if this place is not for me, show me what place is, and then let's get it moving. And within a month, I was able to leave, and I got out of that situation. That was probably the worst situation I've ever been in, and high school was not fun for me. So yeah, the energy of temperance. Literally, you've got Archangel Michael showing up, plus you guys can balance your energy. You have nothing to worry about. Literally, these people, they underestimated your power, your strength, your agility, your perseverance, and then how you transmute energy and how you balance things out. The Magician, magically, even though these people were using magic, you did not resort to doing the same behavior, which again shows that you're better than them. Not like to look down your nose at them, but it just shows that you have made better choices. That's why you're getting a better effect. So let's get a conclusion. What do they need to know about moving forward? Oh, that if you figure out who this person is, block them on social media. Don't let them have access to you or your content if you can control that. And then just make sure that you are keeping the VPN software up. I think there's one's called NordVPN. basic, because this person wants to hack you and steal something out of your phone. I mean, they're like literally trying to take the work that you've worked on and pass it off like it's their own, or give it to their children to make money. These people are scammers. So, I don't think you need to be afraid of them. They're going to be permanently put down. Plus, they've got to walk away from all of this. Yeah, they've got some type of ulterior motive coming in, that where they want to bring you an offer. You're not accepting offers. Like, you don't want to date anybody on the internet. Like, that's weird. Okay. And I'm not saying that people that date people on the internet is not bad, is not okay. For me personally, and what I get for you personally, you want an actual personal relationship with somebody that you can hug, see, and speak to, not a profile picture with a weird ass energy behind it. These people think that you're fucking desperate for love, or desperate for a friend, or desperate just because we're alone. Like, I don't have friends. I'm completely alone. And the reason I don't have friends is because of people like this. But like, literally, I consider you guys to be friends, and I trust that you guys are not doing weird shit to me. But these other types of people, you don't know what they want to offer you in that cup. And that is scary. So it's best to just stay away from them and avoid them at all costs. That way you don't have to defend yourself from them in the future. The Nine of Pentacles, because they see you as the Nine of Pentacles. They are not. This person doesn't have any pentacles. They see you as single, self-sufficient, that you can stand on your own 2 feet, support yourself, and you could be barely standing at this time going like, I can barely hold up this weight of the world that's been casted on me. You could literally feel like that, but this person doesn't see it that way. They don't see your struggles. They don't see that you standing on your own 2 feet means you still are not having your bills met, your needs met. You know what I mean? That's so funny. I was just talking about freaking NordVPN. This pop-up just came up on my computer that was talking about Windows security. So like, alone isn't lonely. So that's just a double confirmation for me that this person's trying to hack you. And they're not going to be successful with this, again, because they have a very basic level of hacking. And that they want to bring, this is what their plan is, to bring, they feel like you're desperate and lonely, that you need someone to come in and save you, because this person knows that they've tried to put you in scarcity, lack, and poverty. They know that they've abused you to the point where you should be suffering. The fact that you're still standing on your own 2 feet and that you don't need anyone. Now this person feels like, well, what avenue can we come in and stab them? How can we backstab them? Well, we're going to send in a fake lover. This person's going to trick them into a relationship. You're not getting into a relationship with anybody that these people send. And they need to be more realistic and stop with the witchcraft, because the witchcraft is messing up their brain and their brain chemistry. Yeah, you're too strong for this. You, like, literally, this person would most likely end up falling in love with you. They want to break your heart and break you down. That's all this person wants to do, is humiliate you in some type of way. Their little humiliation ritual is not working because you're already humble, for one. And second, why would you be humiliated because this person's acting a fool? They felt like they were going to take you to court and humiliate you, and that now they have to answer for all these things that they said to the police that were untrue. Like, seriously, if somebody doesn't put this narc, who is this person? Before we go, let's just get who is this person? I feel like it's like a Queen of Wands energy. King of Wands. So it could be a King of Wands, honestly. Somebody that is very sexually attracted to you regardless of your gender. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't trust this person. They're trying to attack you because you won't let them stick their wand in you. Grow up. God, this person makes me want to throw up. You got an Ace of Swords protection from this weirdo. They're not coming anywhere near you. They're going to be real dissatisfied and most likely reach out and try to make contact with you. I would just ignore this person. Literally, you don't have to respond to them. They're attached to some type of cult or hierophant group that they thought they were going to abuse those people as well, because, again, they're a narcissist. And they thought that those people were going to come for you. This hierophant group has already been reprimanded by the divine realm for trying to come for you. So they're backing away at this time. Yeah, Empress. You guys are showing up as divine feminine, the highest cards in the deck. These people are they're low vibrational, and they don't have the authority to do this to you. You got an Ace of Pentacles on the way, which means your pennies come from heaven. You rely on God for everything that comes into your life, which means that you will always be on the receiving end of positivity. These people really, really thought that they were going to just talk their shit, use their little witchcraft woo-woo shit, and put people under spells to make them believe things about you that were not true. But your light breaks the energy of spell work. It's like they can do as much manipulation as you want. You're still getting justice. The justice system doesn't see any need. There are a lot of people that believe in Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit, and the divine realm and heavenly energies like archangels. That's not illegal to believe in that. You can't take somebody to court and put them in jail because of their spiritual beliefs. Come on. Maybe these idiots didn't know that. They thought, what, this was the fucking 1800s or something where you can just put somebody in jail whenever you get ready. It's a big no. These people are very self-absorbed. They're very discontent and bored in their own lives. And that's why they tried to stir up this trouble. So God's giving them a bunch of problems that they're going to have to make it through. And let's see if they do make it through. If they make it through, good for them. If they don't, good for them. Whatever. You know, it's really not your job to judge these people. The only thing that you can do is just turn away from them. But these people, they're calling judgment on themselves by doing this, by trying to get this King of Swords to take you out. Yeah, they really messed up. So these people are getting denied, they're losing, and they're about to be reprimanded permanently. They are going to be very big upset when they find out that there is nothing that they can do to you. Like literally, yeah, voodoo things and whatnot. Seriously, like literally, there is nothing that they can do to you. So thank you guys for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate you for being here. Please like this video. It would greatly help this platform. Make sure you're subscribed and make sure that you have tapped that notification bell so you're notified when I go live, okay? Know that I love you. Know that God loves you. Know that Archangel Michael loves you. And know that you guys are safe, okay? You don't have anything to worry about. So continue to live your life, thrive. And when people act weird, just record them back. Don't ever get violent. Don't ever shout at them because that's what they want. They want you to react. They want you to give them that energy so that they can be combative with you, okay? There's nothing to fight about. You're not giving anything to these people and they're not taking anything. So, all right, you guys, know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. God bless you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you guys for being here with me today.